Welcome back. You're with us here on Business Today Television. Bharti Airtel hitting an all-time high after the company announced 20 to 25% tariff hikes on prepaid plans. The move comes in compliance with the company's stance that ARPU needs to be at 200 rupees and ultimately 300 rupees. As per the company, the decision was taken for a financially healthy business model. The hikes come into effect on November 26th. The 79 rupee plan, for instance, will cost 99 rupees. The move could signal a wave of increased tariffs as companies look at ways to gain profit ahead of the upcoming 5G wave. We could also possibly see other players like Jio and Vodafone Idea increase prices soon. We spoke to Sunil Bharti Mittal last month, where he said that Indian tariffs are very low even when compared to emerging markets. According to Airtel's top boss, lower tariffs are a large burden for weaker players. Listen in.
We all know the Indian pricing is very, very low, lower than most of the places in the world, but by far the lowest, I would say, even in the emerging markets. So, we are not seeking the $50 or $70 per month ARPU that the Western world enjoys, but let's see how far this can go. The fact is, it's an acknowledged position, and you're kind of confirming that in your question as you frame it, that the current tariff levels are unsustainable. How far this can go in this scheme of things will have to be seen. But yes, I would agree with you that especially for the weaker players, lower tariffs puts a very large burden on them to grow in the marketplace.
Reliance Industries plunging over 4% in trade after the company said it had mutually decided with Saudi Aramco to re-evaluate a proposed investment in the O2C business. Reliance and Saudi Aramco signed a non-binding letter of intent in 2019 for a potential 20% stake acquisition by Saudi Aramco in the O2C business of Reliance. If the deal had materialized, it would have set a valuation benchmark of $75 billion. But analysts believe that the deal cancellation has no bearing on Reliance's balance sheet. Remember that the Aramco deal was initially expected to assist Reliance's plan to become a zero net debt company, and Reliance has remained net debt free since June last year. Let me also bring in Sanjeev Bhasin, EVP Markets and Corporate Affairs at IIFL. Sanjeev, thanks so much for joining us. So with Reliance's shares nose-diving after the news today on the re-evaluation of the proposed investment by Saudi Aramco, from an investor standpoint, what do you suggest the strategy should now be on an RIL?
So look, the Saudi Aramco deal was took place in August 2019 when Reliance's market cap was below $100 billion. The stock price was $1,400. Crude was $60, and nobody had envisaged what COVID would do and what the Jio platform would unveil. After that, there's been a rethink. Crude is at 80. Reliance has raised almost 2 lakh crores of money through the digital side, and green energy and renewable energy is the new, oil, which I would say. So I think it's a relook, and it's also, I would say, a bit of a positive. So in the short term, we've seen this fall in Reliance more to do with external factors, but I think it's a buying opportunity. Simply put, because Reliance is now looking to go towards $200 billion, their ascent on digital and green energy is more important than O2C. And for a 20% stake from 1400, the stock is already hit a high of 2700. So I would tell investors that do a sip, because I think Reliance in the next 3 months is definitely hitting new highs.
Sanjeev Bhasin, thanks so much for joining us and taking us through your view on Reliance. According to CyberX9, critical financial and personal details of millions of Punjab National Bank customers were at risk for over half a year owing to a vulnerability in the bank's servers. Our tech editor Ayush Alavadi brings you this exclusive report.